storm didn't change our lives. The storm made our lives better. The storm to me was a blessing.
It's pretty neat to get somebody out of their house after 6 months because they're handicapped, and you build them a ramp and then get to their car and actually be mobile. A lot of people are still displaced. There's a lot of places that I don't know if they'll ever get repaired. Same as Katrina, you know.
It's true that the world is a really hard place. And other than our faith, all we really have are each other.
When I talk to people back home, you know, they're busy with their lives and they can't understand that why I would run all over the United States here and work for nothing, you know. It's hard for people to understand that. But it's, you know, when people are in need, I'm there to help.
It's never about the task when you're volunteering. What you're doing has nothing to do with anything. It's the fact that you're here. This is an incredibly daunting task for all of us, and we would never be able to do it alone. I could not go to work every day knowing that this was happening in my town and I wasn't a part of it. So I needed to be a part, and so I left my job to come do this full time.
I really would like to go out, you know, and help somebody that really needs help, and it's a blessing upon me, you know. I feel good when I leave here, but sometimes it hurts because I hate to leave, you know, work undone.
Our whole town, our whole community is so blessed to have these people come in and just give of themselves, and they're just unselfish.
Sometimes it's better if you don't know anything and you can be taught. You have to be over 15 to use power tools, and if you're 15 or under, you have to have a guardian with you. But no, we've had people that have never built staircases for inside a house, never used a power tool, and I know it's very rewarding for them when they're done and you can actually use the steps. And so no, you don't have to be skilled. You can cook. You don't have to cook if you're a female. There's men that cook. There's women that come out on construction. There's guys that have come just to be a photographer and put things together. People savvy with the technology. If you're willing, please come. We'll put you. There's lots of organizations here that would be glad to put you to work. All you have to bring is a good attitude and be willing to camp at a higher level, pretty much.
The kids break up the rocks and I lift them from one place to another and help in whichever way I can. And it's been great. It certainly beats going to a gym. This gives you a different kind of view of young people working and working together towards a common goal. I'm in middle age, and when you start thinking about what do you want to do, how do you want to live your life, I think this is certainly a productive way. I think in service there is no age. You're going to love it. I mean, you're going to love being with 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. It's all good. We're here to help the families, but we help each other out. We'd get the Jersey Shore back on track and people back on their homes if everybody my age gave 1 week once in their life. It would be good enough.
I run St. Bernard Project's rebuilding program in New Jersey. I started with St. Bernard Project in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina, and we now have built about, oh gosh, it's hard to even count anymore. I was there when we broke 500 homes. We started this up in New Jersey in March of last year, and so far we've rebuilt 8 homes. We're just starting out, but there's still thousands to go. St. Bernard Project is driven by volunteers. We couldn't do the rebuilding work without them. We've got AmeriCorps members who volunteer with us for 10 months at a time, and they're the backbone of our work. But you know, we only have about 12 of them. And they all supervise volunteers who come in from across the country and honestly across the globe to help us rebuild. The work that happens every day on our sites just wouldn't happen without our volunteers. It turns out that people just want to cause a lot of impact, and St. Bernard Project has been the group that they come to when they want to get a lot done. Right now we're accommodating up to 50 volunteers a day, and we need more volunteers constantly. We're not full. Volunteering at St. Bernard Project is super easy to get involved. You don't need any special skills other than an eagerness to learn and a willingness to get a little dirty, and that's all. So we've got the tools you need, we have the teaching that you need to learn how to hang a piece of sheetrock, and we're ready to get volunteers going. So come volunteer on the Jersey Shore. We need your help.
I grew up in a middle-class family in the middle of the Midwest, and I never had to deal with anything troubling. I had a home, I had a roof over my head, food on the table. My house was never blown over. We never had tornadoes or hurricanes or anything like that. And until coming to work for the Washington, D.C. JCC and Barron Builders, I never realized that there were so many people out there who really needed help. And giving back makes me feel like I make up for the good that I have in my life. And being able to help others and making a difference in their lives and to give people a place to stay and to live and to call home is really important.
I am a 2-year already AmeriCorps alumni, and I signed up with FEMA Corps, which is with the National Corporation for Community Service and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and we're volunteering here today for the St. Bernard Project for Sandy Recovery. To be a team leader is mean you supervise 10 to 12 individuals across the United States that you travel with to different disaster relief projects. They are very good here at the St. Bernard Project at helping you. This morning I knew nothing about drywalling, and now I'm working with one of my Corps members to put up panels to finish out this bathroom downstairs. I've got about 10 years of volunteer work, and it's all about helping the community. When the community prospers, the people prosper all around. So just being beneficial to my fellow mankind is it's fulfilling enough for me. Please come out to the Jersey Shore and help with disaster relief, or apply to one of the many organizations that are willing to help.
What's your name?
My name is Paul Bartley.
And where are you from?
I'm from Long Island, New York.
My name is Teresa. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Thomas Starkhollet, I'm from Brooklyn.
Dylan Gafarian, I'm from Long Island, New York.
Julia Van Cannon, and I'm from Long Island.
Catherine Brucas, and I'm from Queens, New York.
Ernie Rosario, I live in New Jersey, and this is United Way of Monmouth County. We are a part of AmeriCorps.
Well, just through driving around through New Jersey, you can see all the aftermath of it, and it's sad how even though it's like almost 2 years later, and there's houses down the Jersey Shore who are still in the horrible, that they still need the help.
I go to St. Joseph's College. I'm a junior.
I'm a senior. I'm about to graduate.
Our school sets it up. It's a yearly program.
And I was told about this opportunity to come help out people in New Jersey who really need the help.
This is my 3rd spring break trip.
The first year I got into it, my friend wanted me to come. They needed some extra hands. She knew I was good at doing some labor type activities. So I showed up, loved it, and I've been doing it every year since.
You've been here all week. What have you been doing?
Oh, we've been doing a lot of things.
We help rebuild houses for those who lost their homes during Hurricane Sandy in the Jersey Shore.
We've been demolishing as best as we can, helping out those in need.
Breaking up some concrete that used to be a foundation for a house and hauling them out to the dumpsters to be taken away, so that other people could come in and put down a new foundation for a new house.
We've been digging, throwing rocks, picking them up, filling up dumpsters, and cracking some jokes at the same time.
This is our 2nd site, and we actually have another group of students at a 3rd site, and we have become experts at breaking concrete by this point.
Have you ever done this kind of work before?
This is my 2nd time. Last year we volunteered in Colorado.
And I do volunteer work back in Queens with the AmeriCorps and Habitat for Humanity, and it's something I always look forward to.
This is my 3rd alternative trip, so I've had some experience, but this is definitely the biggest amount of concrete that I've ever broken.
I try to volunteer as often as I can.
It was very challenging. The first day I was exhausted, but I really got to know my strengths because the second day it was a little bit easier and the third day it was even easier, and today I'm really, really tired. But could you tell? No. It feels great.
I really got my arms worked out with the sledgehammer this time.
Yeah, I enjoyed every second of it.
My name is Dominique Trebu. I am from Long Island with St. Joseph's College. I am a faculty, full professor in the Department of Psychology and the chairperson for the Department of Psychology on the Long Island campus. It certainly beats going to a gym, so that's what I've been doing here is the kids break up the rocks and I lift them from one place to another and help in whichever way I can. Certainly with this group, young people from all over, it's a positive experience because we see on TV how our youth is not productive, tend to be narcissistic, and I think this gives you a different kind of view of young people working together towards a common goal.
I think it's important for people my age to go out and see the damage in other communities. A lot of people are unaware that people are still out of their houses from Sandy.
It is kind of nice knowing I did something productive instead of sitting poolside sipping drinks for a week.
This entire area was just all concrete when we got here, and we're breaking up the last of it now. So it's a really good feeling to know that we were able to accomplish this much.
This is the third dumpster we filled in 4 days. That's 3 less dumpsters they have to worry about. By helping clear out the gunk, they can focus on building a new house.
It's not only fun, but it's also productive. And we're really helping someone who needs it, who can't get help from anyone else.
By having us here, we're providing just a little bit of hope that things are going to get better. We're going to turn things around, and it's going to get better, and it's going to get better quickly.
Well, I think in service there is no age. I mean, you're going to love being with 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. It's all good.
It's a really good way to meet people and meet new friends and meet people who are similar to yourself and want to volunteer and help others.
It was just a great social experience. I got to learn a lot about myself and other communities and other people.
Definitely give it a try. Don't be discouraged if you don't have experience.
If you do want to learn, there's always someone on hand to help you learn new tasks.
And it's not just doing heavy work.
Every little bit helps.
The only skill that you really need to be ready to have is the ready and willingness to adapt to a new scenario and a new situation.
If anyone is looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, this is the absolute best place to do it.
The best part is that you're helping people. You can meet the homeowners. You can see the progress you're making.
I'm giving my help and service to others, and in return, I'm learning a lot about myself.
Volunteering builds a person, shapes a person, and molds a person.
Get the Jersey Shore back on track and people back on their homes if everybody my age gave 1 week once in their life.
It's just one person here, one person there. It makes a huge, huge difference.
Just get out there and do it. Make a difference.
It makes me happy helping others.
Helping is what I do.
Kids break up the rocks and I lift them from one place to another and help in whichever way I can, and it's been great. It certainly beats going to a gym. This gives you a different kind of view of young people working together towards a common goal. I'm in middle age, and when you start thinking about what do you want to do, how do you want to live your life, I think this is certainly a productive way. I think in service there is no age. You're going to love it. I mean, you're going to love being with 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. It's all good. We're here to help the families, but we help each other out. We'd get the Jersey Shore back on track and people back on their homes if everybody my age gave 1 week once in their life. It would be good enough.
It's crazy to think how many people are still displaced from Hurricane Sandy, how many families are not back in their homes. I was born in this area of Monmouth County. That was one of the hardest hit areas during Hurricane Sandy. I learned about this organization, about St. Bernard Project, and AmeriCorps when I moved back to New Jersey about 10 months ago, and they were looking for individuals to help out in the community. Now it's 2+ years, which is pretty crazy to think about, and people are still out of their houses. There's just a dire need for help in this area, and I was willing to add my energy and passion to help people who need any help they can get to start their lives back over again. It's been a beautiful run with St. Bernard Project and AmeriCorps, and they taught me a lot, and hopefully I've helped as many people out as I can and continue to do so for the rest of my term. I love meeting people from all different walks of life, and with volunteering you hear stories and you meet people from a million different backgrounds. It's a great way to learn about a world bigger than your own. You'd be surprised how great it feels after a day of work here with this organization, and seeing firsthand what you've done, what you've accomplished just in one day. It's humbling in the best way possible, I think, and don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Some people are scared of volunteering, even with a lack of construction experience with our organization in general. Don't be scared. I didn't know much beforehand going in, but if I can do it, you can do it. Come out, give your time, give your energy, give your enthusiasm, and help people who desperately need it. You know, this place is crying for help, and anything you can do to be a part of it, do it and come with us. We're a great organization. We'd love to have you.
Barron Builders is my team. It's who I'm representing. The Washington, D.C. JCC and Community Service and Barron Builders specifically going out and making a difference in the lives of homeowners and homeless in D.C. I want to be on that team, and that is my team, because we can take our work and our mission and vision and take it outside of DC. And we're going to the shore, and we're going to take the work and the energy that we have here, and we're going to put it into the Jersey Shore.
For every one of me, and you see how my life has been changed, imagine how many other people are like this. You know, our lives are forever changed. And the storm didn't change our lives. The storm made our lives better. The storm to me was a blessing. I became a Christian after the storm. I got baptized in the bay right out there, which was pretty cool. We see so much negative things on the news, and we read about, you know, how lousy people are. And it's true that the world is a really hard place. And other than our faith, all we really have are each other. Our whole town, our whole community is so blessed to have these people come in and just give of themselves. And they're just unselfish. It's a small town. It's 2 square miles, I think, and 2,100 homes or something like that. And 80% of those homes were some type of damage. But it's really brought people together, closer, neighbors that I kind of related to the feeling the country had after 9/11, you know, and you know, this was nothing like 9/11, and I don't mean it in that sense, just that it brought people together and closer. When you do things like this, you hold us so tight, and that's all I can ask for, just that tightness, that closeness. This is where we belong. This is our community, this is our home, and we're not going to let a storm chase us away, you know. If the powers that be were going to allow us to build, and we were blessed by God to be able to rebuild, that's what we're going to do. So I left my job to do this. When I saw how much it had changed my life and how much it had touched me, and I could not go to work every day knowing that this was happening in my town and I wasn't a part of it. So I needed to be a part, and so I left my job to come do this full time. Just to know that we're not alone gives us the strength, the courage to push on. There's many times I would have wanted to give up. You know, I would come here, you know, the house is getting close. You see, we're getting close to moving back home. But there were, you know, times I would come and there was nothing going on, and I had all intentions of doing some work, and I would just come and sit here and just start crying because I just couldn't do it. You know, it was too much for me. Our original house, like many houses in town, Union Beach at one point was a seasonal type town. So many of the houses were built in the 40s, 50s, and maybe even sooner than that. So they were bungalows and then just kind of added on to as families decided to stay here. So our house was built in the 40s. This is a much more modern. This house is built with steel. It's all steel frame, and it's built to all kinds of hurricane codes, 150-mile-an-hour winds and things like that. So it's definitely different. You felt the volunteerism in the town. People from town started volunteering because they wanted to help. And you maybe kind of expect that. But when people are coming from all over the country, all over the world to come and help, give up their time, I think that's what brought me to want to do this. And this will also change our lives. We have older groups that come in, and it's amazing how people just want to give their time. And I must say it's amazing 1,000 times what it is. I can't get over it. It's never about the task when you're volunteering. What you're doing has nothing to do with anything. It's the fact that you're here. This is an incredibly daunting task for all of us, and we would never be able to do it alone. One son, Brock, who I talked about a little bit, he re-enlisted in the Army. And he was in Virginia, and one of the things in the military, when you re-enlist, they'll send you any place where you want to go to take your oath again. He chose here. He came here. There was nothing here. His brother, who's a Marine, read him his oath right out there, that mess out there. That's where he re-enlisted. And they asked him the same question, why are you doing it here? And he said, 'cause this is my home. The need that is always going to be there. It's going to be here in Union Beach. It's going to be in Illinois. It's going to be in Mississippi. The need is always going to be there for your work. But it's not, again, just the physical type work. So many people need guidance. They need help. Maybe they can't navigate the system, and so they miss out on opportunities that maybe would help them. So, it's always good to think about those things, that maybe there's a way that I can help a little bit differently than I'm doing. Maybe I'm going to school to be an attorney. Maybe I'm going to be a doctor. Maybe I want to be an accountant. Those types of things, people need that, and especially in times of disasters, because their whole life has been torn apart and they're lost. I hope that some of you will look in the future and say, I want to be a part of that. I want to continue with this, the rebuilding effort, not only here, but throughout the country.
Check out our team's posts on Twitter @ShoreVolunteers.
We're providing just a little bit of hope that things are going to get better. We're going to turn things around.
We have become experts at breaking concrete by this point.
And cracking some jokes at the same time.
It certainly beats going to a gym.
Anyone is looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, this is the absolute best place to do it.
Helping is what I do.
I enjoyed every second of it.
To vote for your favorite team, go to JerseyShoreVolunteers.com.
I had lived in Manhattan, in Lower Manhattan actually, on Water Street, and during Sandy, my apartment building was flooded. And oddly enough, I wound up renting down here for the summer and just never moved. And I wanted to give back to the community and try to help Sandy victims, because I myself was one. Not in Seabright, but New York City. It's devastating. You realize how important friends and family are when you have no place to live. My car was destroyed, a lot of my possessions were gone. So being able to have people who can help out is great. And then doing something like this and helping people 2 years after the storm who still are not back is amazing. The really tough thing is how shocking it is when you don't have a phone service, no internet, no lights, no food, and you're reliant on other people for that to come back on, and you don't know when that's going to happen. And it's a very difficult thing. You never know when it can happen to you. And being able to help someone else out who it happened to, who may not be as fortunate as someone else, you have to do it. And especially when you live in a community that is prone to floods and flooding, I think it's a very good thing to do. Please come help us on the Jersey Shore. Still ravaged by the effects of Sandy. There's many houses that still are without occupants who have not been back to their homes in over 2 years. The more help we can get, the better for the community and for the country.
One of the things that I love about being Jewish is is that giving back is one of our values. Tikkun olam, repairing the world. Also the word gimilu chasadim, making a difference. And the one thing that the DCJCC does, along with our community service department and specifically with this project, Barron Builders, is we make giving back a priority. We want to not only provide opportunities for volunteers in the community, but we want those volunteers to make a difference in the lives of others. And the DCJCC really stresses Tikkun olam and giving back, and that's where Barron Builders gets its mission and vision from. Barron Builders is my team. It's who I'm representing. The Washington DC JCC and Community Service and Barron Builders specifically going out and making a difference in the lives of homeowners and homeless in DC. I want to be on that team, and that is my team, because we can take our work and our mission and vision and take it outside of DC. And we're going to the shore, and we're going to take the work and the energy that we have here, and we're going to put it into the Jersey Shore.
We've been here at the Jersey Shore for about a week now, and it's been truly amazing. By having us here, we're providing just a little bit of hope that things are going to get better. We're going to turn things around. I've been volunteering through the Alternative Spring Break trip for about 3 years now. Outside of that, I try to volunteer as often as I can. It is possibly one of the best experiences a person can get. Not only are you assisting others and helping others get to where they need to be, but you're also helping yourself in a very self-serving way. You are becoming a better person. Volunteering builds a person, shapes a person, and molds a person in a completely different way than any other experience I know of. The only skill that you really need to be ready to have is the ready and willingness to adapt to a new scenario and a new situation. Just get out there and do it. Make a difference.